Rita resident Roxie Cirino may be originally from Wisconsin, but she has definitely fallen in love with the island, which has served as her ideal backdrop for her business, Roxie Photography.
I'm from Wisconsin. I'm farmland, okay? There's farmland everywhere. So when I come where the beaches and the trees and the coconuts, things like that, it totally inspires me to want to create things that we actually dream about when we're little. You think, oh my gosh, I only want to live where it's warm and it's tropical. And here I am. So that was a huge inspiration.
Cirino says that her love of photography was greatly attributed to her mother.
Actually, I grew up with a mom who was a hobbyist. And out of her 4 children, I was the one who loved being in front of the camera when I was little. So growing up, being in front of it and seeing my mom, being a hobbyist and all into the photography, it wasn't until I had my own children that when she came in and did pictures of my kids, that's when it inspired me to think, oh, I think I can do this too. Let's try it. So she was my starting point, was my mom.
Now, according to her, it was word of mouth that got Roxie Photography up and running when she settled on Guam.
Hey, it's my neighbor. I'm going to photograph my neighbor. And then my neighbor's talking about it with her friends, and then her friends talk about it, with her neighbors. So I think mostly it's word of mouth.
But just like any up-and-coming business, she turned to Facebook to help get the word out. And boy, did it ever.
Facebook is the biggest marketing tool for anybody who's in business. It makes it a huge success. So, you tag somebody on Facebook, all of their friends see it, and it just creates a bigger clientele for you, and the more and more come in. Once you start really getting into it and networking with others, and then all of a sudden the big world of photography and photographers opens up. So for me, I think what I've learned is, although there's so many photographers, we're all different. And I think that, if anything, I'm in a group here in Guam with some amazing photographers. Actually, they're all amazing in our group. And we learn from one another, but I think we grow and we kind of create our own style. So for us, I always say it's important to stand out, be different from everybody. Don't follow what everybody else is doing.
Cirino has photographed everything from families, senior portraits, to even wedding photos, but she admits she does have some subjects that she enjoys shooting.
I've just recently got into a lot of newborns. I don't know if everybody just started having babies like these last 3 to 4 months. It was crazy. I love newborns because it's such an art form. They're just absolutely helpless. So you create an image that nobody can, they can't create on their own. So I love newborns because I think it's an art.
She also loves maternity photos and engagement sessions.
I think women are beautiful, pregnant. And I used to shoot weddings. When I first started photography, I used to shoot weddings. And my favorite part of it was the actual engagement sessions. And it's 2 people who are absolutely in love, ready to walk down the aisle one day. And when they have their engagement pictures done, it's the moment where you see 2 people together and you're photographing them. And I'm the type of person where I try to come out with something funny, whisper something totally hot and sexy in her ear, so she'll do something, whether laugh. So it's not the moment after he tells her, it's always the moment before that I love to photograph, and I love the moment after.
Something that makes Roxie Photography a bit unique is boudoir photo sessions. Now, for those who may not know what that means,
is actually French for bedroom. So I guess because the boudoir photography, it's always a setup in a bedroom. Whether, it's mostly done on a bed, chairs, windows like in a bedroom. So I assumed it stemmed from being photographed in a bedroom because it's an intimate, sexy location, private for women.
Boudoir photography, in fact, is something that Cirino really finds rewarding.
That is probably my all-time favorite to photograph. Boudoir, I don't know if it was just a trend that was coming about, I would read about it in blogs and read about it in magazines, and I thought, what, I'm gonna give this a try. I never would imagine that boudoir photography would be so rewarding for the photographer themselves. I mean, you bring an average woman and you make them absolutely even more beautiful than when they came in, their hair, their makeup, and you photograph them and you see what they look like and how happy and just their expressions, like they feel good, they look hot, they know they look hot.
She says that she has met so many great women through the sessions and is humbled by the response.
That is when I go, oh my gosh, this is why I do it. This is the greatest feeling. It's these women coming and saying, thank you. Thank you for making me feel once again that I am beautiful. And a lot of women do it for themselves, but a lot of women do these portraits for their husbands. So I think it's like a win-win situation. I think every woman should do it. Every woman. And it doesn't matter any age, shape, size, nothing. Every woman should do it.
And ladies, it's all done in good taste, sexy and classy.
I try to keep it very classy, yes, because I want women to realize it's not always about lingerie. I get women who come in with a pair, like just boy shorts and a sweater, and they can feel so sexy in just something like that, and they feel confident.
As to what she has to say about her clientele and the encouragement she's received while on island,
I'm overwhelmed by like the amazing support I get from everybody. I never would imagine when I stepped on island here and I knew I had a passion for photography, I would have never known that in 2.5 years, this is the result of it. Like the amazing support that I have received from clients and friends and family. It's been an awesome journey.
Now, if you would like to find out more about Roxie Photography, type in Roxie Photography on Facebook, or you can email her at roxie@roxiephotography.net.